Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 17 matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got wide receiver Ben Skoranek, I think that's how you say it, with a hip injury, and cornerback Joey Porter Jr. with a knee injury, both out for the game. Then moving on to quarterback Justin Fields, who is questionable with an abdominal injury. Then we get on to wide receiver George Pickens with a hamstring injury, safety Deshaun Elliott with a hamstring injury, cornerback Deontay Jackson with a back injury, linebacker Tyler Matakevich, I don't know if that's how you say it, but he has a knee injury, and defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi with a groin injury. Now, when it comes down to it, I do believe Justin Fields will be ready to play. He won't play. He's not going to start. But you never know. If they're shutting out the Chiefs, which is highly unlikely, you might see him get in for a few snaps. But other than that, I don't think Justin Fields will play, not due to injury, but due to circumstance. So their injuries are more on the offense, and it's kind of a mixed bag, actually. But honestly, I think that their defense and offense will be struggling a little bit, but maybe a little bit more on the offense. Now, moving on to the Steelers' offense, we got quarterback Russell Wilson, running back Najee Harris, wide receiver George Pickens, wide receiver Van Jefferson, and Calvin Austin. Tight end is Pat Freiermuth, left tackle Dan Moore, left guard Isaac Samalu. Then we get center Zach Frazier, right guard Mason McCormick, and Broderick Jones at right tackle. Now, when it comes to this offensive line, they've been pretty good the entire year, so I really have no issues at all with them. They'll open up the holes for Harris, and they'll make sure Russell Wilson is protected. So, in my opinion, I'm thinking that the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, as long as they have a mixed bag of running the ball and passing the ball, maybe a few play actions with Russell Wilson, I think that they could actually get the Chiefs. And honestly, I think that this is going to be a very good matchup to watch, mostly due to the fact that these two teams are both playoff teams. They're both high-powered, well, I say high-powered defenses rather than offenses, since the Chiefs' offense is more of a wet paper towel. And honestly, I think that the Steelers' offense will indeed do a good job. They got Calvin Austin at receiver, George Pickens as well. And obviously, Russell Wilson will get the ball out to them. Now, moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, we got defensive ends Larry Ogunjobi and Cameron Hayward. Nose tackle, Keanu Benton. Weak side linebacker, TJ Watt. Inside linebackers, Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. Alex Highsmith is the strong side linebacker. Cornerbacks, Deontay Jackson and James Pierre. Then nickelback, Cameron Sutton. Free safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Deshaun Elliott at strong safety. Now, this defense, honestly, very good defensive line. TJ Watt or Alex Highsmith on the edge. Those are going to be key when it comes to the pass rush, front seven. I honestly trust Patrick Queen in coverage along with Peyton Wilson. And then you got corners and Deontay Jackson and Pierre, which is not that big of it's not that big of a threat when it comes to the Chiefs. And then you get Sutton as well. Minkah Fitzpatrick is the best defensive back they have right now in the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, I'm saying this. Unless Patrick Mahomes is able to get out those deep passes for either, depending if he plays Hollywood Brown or even DeAndre Hopkins or even the rookie Xavier Worthy, I think that's how you say it, Xavier Worthy. If he gets those balls, deep balls to them, and they beat their corners, that's all she wrote for him. So they need to pressure Mahomes all day long with either blitzes from either TJ Watt or Alex Highsmith, or both of them together and send 5 in. So yeah, that's mostly what I think is going to happen. They're going to have to pressure them a lot in this game. Now, moving on to the Chiefs injury report, we got defensive back Chamari Connor with a concussion, and offensive tackle DJ Humphries with a hamstring injury, both out for the game. Then moving on to defensive tackle Chris Jones with a calf injury, and tackle Jawan Taylor with a knee injury, both questionable for the game. Then moving on to center Creed Humphrey with a shoulder injury, quarterback Patrick Mahomes with an ankle injury, safety Justin Reed with a back injury, wide receiver Nico Reggio with a knee injury, Joshua Williams with an ankle and elbow injury, wide receiver Xavier Worthy with an ankle injury, and tight end Peyton Hendershot with a calf injury. Now, when it comes down to it, I honestly believe that both Jones and Taylor will indeed make it to the game. I don't think they'll miss. And obviously, the injury to Patrick Mahomes, like a few weeks earlier, that's going to be crucial for the Chiefs' offense. Like, yes, it didn't really affect them as much against the obviously the Houston Texans, but this is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're going to come after Mahomes all day long. So there's a chance he may re-injure the injury. So I'm saying that their defense might have it worse, but due to the fact that they lost one of their star tackles in Humphreys, and they could potentially do the same with their other one, Jawan Taylor. Honestly, I think that their offense is more to struggle in this game rather than their defense. Yes, Chris Jones is also on that list, but their offensive line needs to protect Mahomes, and if there's no protection from TJ and Alex Highsmith, then there's absolutely nothing the Chiefs can do against the pass rush of the Steelers. Now, moving on to the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs, we got Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, running back Isaiah Pacheco, wide receivers Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins, and Hollywood Brown. Tight end, we got Travis Kelce, left tackle Wanya Morris, left guard Joe Thuney, center Creed Humphreys, Trey Smith at right guard, and Jawan Taylor at right tackle. But if Taylor cannot go, Ethan Driscoll will take over. Now, when it comes down to the offensive line, they are honestly injured when it comes to the tackles, they're both injured. One's out, the other one, Jawan Taylor, might not play either. I believe he will, but he might also not play. But I'm thinking that even though they got a busted up offensive line, I think that they'll do a decent job. At least we won't be seeing Travis Kelce do much. Maybe some work from the rookies, Xavier Worthy and Isaiah Pacheco. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes being the quarterback of the team, he's going to do a few things. But honestly, I think that they're going to actually suffer on offense. And this might be their, I believe, second loss of the year, potentially, due to all the injuries, both offensively and defensively. But offensively, I think that their injuries might be too much when you have TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith coming for your head. Now, moving on to the defense, we got defensive ends George Karlaftis and Mike Dana. Defensive tackles, Rayshawn Wharton and Chris Jones. Michael Pennell will come in case Jones cannot go. Then weak side linebacker, we got Drew Tranquill, inside linebacker Nick Bolton, strong side linebacker Leo Chenal, cornerback Trent McDuffie and Joshua Williams, nickelback Christian Roland Wallace, free safety Brian Cook, and strong safety Justin Reed. Now this defense, honestly, if they don't have Chris Jones, that defensive line is going to go down, but it's not going to be like the worst. Like, they still got a good one in Michael Pennell, not in the caliber of Chris Jones to replace him, but still. You got Mike Dana and George Karlaftis off the edge, and you can get a few blitzes, maybe from Tranquill or Chenal, having a good linebacker in Bolton to go into coverage. That's pretty good as well. And then obviously in the secondary, you got Trent McDuffie and Joshua Williams, Brian Cook and Justin Reed down back at safeties. Honestly, I think that this team is going to do all right with the team they have. So honestly, I'm thinking that we're going to be seeing a little bit more from the defense, although this defense has to stop a high-powered offense led by Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, in conclusion, I have this game ending 20-26 in favor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Honestly, I think that's going to be a defensive matchup where the Chiefs are going to be failing on defense, and the Steelers will be not dominating either, but their defense is a whole lot better. The Chiefs, honestly, they have a worse offense. So I expect Russell Wilson and the Steelers to do a lot better than the Chiefs. Although they could crumble at the end. It honestly, with the Chiefs, is mostly luck when it comes down to their games, but still, I think that the Kansas City Chiefs will indeed lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers today on Christmas Day. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think is going to win, the Chiefs or the Steelers? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.